A man from the tough streets of Boston tries to flood out the competition during the Prohibition era. ABC Columbia's movie reviewer Matt Perrone explains if this new flick was worth a binge at the box office.
Welcome to another Monday. I was unable to do a review last week, so I decided to jump in with both feet. There were a handful of movies released this weekend. Monster Trucks was the most expensive movie that wasn't promoted by any means, so I passed. I decided to skip Patriots Day because I'm not sure how they can do a factual movie about an event that I believe is still being investigated. And I was interested in seeing Silence, but a new Ben Affleck directed movie opened this weekend, and he's done a pretty solid job on the last two he directed, so I decided to give it a go. And without any further ado, here's my take on the gangster flick Live by Night. Our movie begins in 1920s Boston. Joe Coughlin, played by Affleck, has returned from the war and become an outlaw. He is known for independent holdups against any available target. At the time, there's a mafia war going on in the streets between the Irish and the Italians trying to run the bootlegging game. Both sides approach him, but he wants to stay out of that lifestyle, although it seems he has fallen in love with the girlfriend of the Irish mafia leader. Carrying on the affair, Joe plans to rob a bank so they can escape to California together. When the robbery goes wrong and 3 cops die, Joe's luck goes from bad to worse when the mafia boss discovers the affair and tries to have Joe killed. The cops intervene and Joe survives, although earns a prison sentence. Upon being released, Joe heads to the Italian mafia seeking revenge against the Irish boss. They send him to Tampa to run their bootlegging business and force out the Irish who have relocated there. Upon arriving, Joe makes Tampa his own, finding a relationship and a wife with the Cubans who make a very fine rum. Everything seems to be going well, but of course, with a life of crime, things rarely stay that way for long. Soon he has to deal with attacks from the Irish, evangelicals, and even the KKK. As our movie progresses, we see that for every problem Joe solves, 2 more pop up. He's forced to stoop to levels that not even he could prepare for. Along with everyone gunning for him, he has to deal with keeping his boss happy or else face his wrath as well. We see both action and violence escalate as Joe finds out, as his wife puts it, if he is cruel enough to do what he has to do to survive and prosper. We as the audience wait to see how everything will turn out, knowing that in this type of story there are no happy endings. So, what to say about this one? When you're going into a mafia movie, you already know that it's going to be really good or really terrible, and it's hard to expect it to be really good knowing the movies that have set the bar previously, but you have to give Affleck credit for trying. The movie drags at first. Even though there's plenty of action, you just really can't get into it. It's just criminals being criminals. It's not until the second half of the film, when the main character emerges as a human being with emotions and feelings, that you can really start to get on board. Ben Affleck does a great job showing this character maturation from someone with no cares and nothing to lose to someone who possesses a conscience and qualities that make him someone we can actually root for. Even though there's plenty of killing in this film, they did a good job on dialing back on the gore, but don't expect to come out smiling and whistling. The movie definitely teaches us that in some respects, crime doesn't pay for anybody. On the other hand, I did go see Lion, which was nominated for a Golden Globe, and I'm betting I will be reviewing for the Oscars. Amazing movie, definitely one to take in. Just don't research it first since it's based on a true story. Go in blind like I did it. It makes it that much better. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.
All right, a little snippet there of Lion, so a 2 for 1. Thanks, Matt. One last look at your Martin Luther Day forecast and a look at the day that changed it all. We're back in a moment.